This is a Hahnemühle D&S Sketchbook. I've been using this sketchbook for over 3 months now. I just passed halfway point, so I have gathered my opinions about this sketchbook. Today I'd like to share it with you so you can see or take it into your consideration before you purchase. This is just my opinion based on how I use it, and I don't mean this video to talk badly about the product or complain. Before we talk about the sketchbook, these are art supplies that I mainly use. If you don't see your art supplies or tools you use, I might not have a good information for you. First, about public or general information about sketchbook. This sketchbook got 140 GSM paper. It's got 160 pages. The paper is natural white. With these informations, it's quite similar as Loyal Talents or Talent sketchbook, but the big difference is the natural white paper. The color comes out really nice as you expected. The Loyal Talents one is off-white paper, so color comes out a little bit murky or desaturated, in my opinion. And I think it's important information. Hahnemühle says this sketchbook is meant for charcoal and pencils. We will see about that soon because I use wet media a lot. And the things I should note about this sketchbook are these. It's got a bookmark ribbon, no pocket in the end, no glued page, and it lays flat, but paper clip helps sometimes. Next is about my opinions and experience with this sketchbook. As it's labeled, it feels so nice to draw pencils. I really loved drawing with pencils in this sketchbook. The paper surface is quite smooth, so I think the writing or drawing experience is very smooth. What I notice about this sketchbook is it absolutely hates moisture. And if you use water, it easily starts to peel off or crumbles a lot with like a little bit of brushing. And I tried to use the masking fluid on this sketchbook just to paint with watercolor. And masking fluid still sticks to the paper after peeling it off. It's still like a little bit gummy or sticky. And I feel like the masking fluid torn the paper surface a little. That's what I feel like by touching this surface of paper after removing this masking fluid. Maybe the primer or some kind of sizing gland might work, but I don't have them and I haven't tried them. But there's a risk that paper starts to peel off as you prime. I feel like it might happen, but it might not. That's the risk I think you have to try if you're up for it. and I draw with fountain pens a lot. Depending on the nib, it might be really scratchy because the paper is quite soft. If you have extra fine nib, it might be scratchy and get stuck sometimes. I have like two ways of using fountain pen. One is normal way, and I use quite often back side as I draw because it's got more sharper and ink consistency or ink flow. I tried to draw with my dip pen and it was very scratchy and I had to abandon the drawings in the middle. So yeah, that's what I didn't really like about this sketchbook. I love sketching and drawing with fountain pen ink, and usually these fountain pen inks bleed through to the other side if I'm not careful how much ink I use. Especially with the Royal Talents sketchbook, but this sketchbook never bled through, so I feel like it's nice paper. Hahnemühle has another sketchbook that is similar to this sketchbook, and that is Sketchbook 120. This sketchbook is also meant for charcoal, pencils, and ochres. The paper is 120 GSM, but it feels quite similar. This paper has got weird water repellent effect. Because of that, it feels like it's more sturdier against water, but because of the water repellent effect, the color turns out spotty. So I liked using D&S Sketchbook for wet media despite it's fragile with wet media. Both sketchbooks are not meant for wet media like watercolor, but I just like using one sketchbook for all of my drawing and practices. I just like to adjust the way I use watercolor depending on sketchbooks and experiment. I live in Sweden, so Hahnemühle sketchbooks are a little bit pricier than Royal Talents sketchbook. And this D&S sketchbook has a lot of format. I picked up 14 by 14 centimeter just to be able to carry anywhere. I can see myself using bigger sketchbook if I have some project to work on. So if you use dry medium, it's really good sketchbook. Oh, and occasionally I use acrylic, and acrylic performed better than watercolor because I kind of primed with the acrylic first all over, and I painted over this primer. That's about it. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, press the like button, leave some comment. Thank you for watching.